right.
It's the motherfucking Nerd Rap Podcast. And I have to introduce my brother. You know what I mean? My brother in arms, bro. We've been working together for like a decade plus, underground intensity. You know, before I even came in the picture, that nigga was putting out projects and shit. The infamous, your new name, Blacksmith Sundayz.
Taking it back all the way to 2010, 2011.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, introduce yourself, bro, man.
Yo, what's good, Alan? Or the Deaf Dealer? What's good, Deaf Dealer? My brother in arms, my brother in rhyme.
Right.
What's good? My name is Blacksmith Sundayz, and I'm a music producer coming straight out of Houston, Texas. Living in Charlotte, North Carolina. What's good with y'all?
Man. You know, from Houston by way of Charlotte. You know how it'll go. You know how it'll go.
For real.
Nah, but a lot of people, don't know a lot of times. I don't really put it out there outside of like my circle and shit. But like, you're one of my best friends, and like we've been together in this rap shit for like a decade.
Literally.
Yeah, like a decade from 19 to 30 to 30. You know what I mean? We've been doing it for a second, so it's like, I just want to know. Like, I remember when I met you, bro. You and Mystery. Salute to Sis. Salute to Mystery. You know, this fam as well. This tribe. Y'all were already working. So like, what brought y'all together? Because y'all was going to studios together. Like, what brought y'all together, and what was your journey from rapper to producer? Like, tell me about that.
Yeah, but yeah, man, you were there too for a lot of that. So I guess the very, very beginning was just our love of rhyming, just rhyming. We didn't necessarily know how to make music. We were just rhyming. Remember, we were in the mixtape era of like the Lil Wayne mixtape eras. We were rapping over other people's beats.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty much what we wanted to do starting off. We didn't necessarily know how to make songs. We just liked rhyming. We just liked rapping for the sake of rapping. So yeah, we were just trying to get our shit off no matter where we were, no matter what beat was on. We were just trying to be creative with it. We didn't necessarily know how to craft songs yet. We were trying to do that. And we were just having fun with it. We were those kids who always wanted to be on Rap City, the basement, and get into the booth and freestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's how it started off. Our love for rhyming and our fandom of Talib Kweli at the time really brought us together with that.
Yeah,
so
Mystery had I remember she had a tribute tape she did back in the day. I remember.
Yep.
I remember.
she had like, I think when I met her, she had, and I still have it somewhere. I'm not trying to put her on blast, but I still have a freestyle she did over Exhibit C, J Electronica. I still have that freestyle somewhere. It's somewhere in one of my external hard drives. I still got it somewhere, and one day I'll pull it up. I might leak it.
And for anybody who's going to see this interview who don't know who Mystery Saka is, she is an incredible lyricist, part of the tribe as well, part of Underground Intensity. You know, I'm an honorary member. You know, they let me in. I'm the freckle-faced son. They let me out of attic finally. I can spend time with everybody now.
Yeah, Mystery Saka is my best friend since 2011, since February 2011. Never forget it. So she's been my best friend since then, and we've been making music. All three of us have been making the music together for the better part of 10 years.
Yeah. And I can say, it's been an honor meeting y'all, man. And honestly, I never said this, but you've influenced how I rap. You influenced my taste and style of rapping for real. Like, yeah, like dead ass. Like, I wasn't into I was into 90s rap, but I was into more the Mobb Deepest stuff. And you brought that whole different Little Brother, Slum Village, Jay Dilla. You brought that whole other genre of hip hop where it's like that's what I gravitated to now. And it's like, what got you into hip hop? What was your springboard into hip hop music?
Oh, for me? Oh, yeah. First of all, I'm not gonna slide by that compliment. I appreciate the compliment, but you were already doing your thing as far as, because you had that real kind of grit sound to your shit, but you were still trying to be smooth with it at the same time. I'll never forget your SoundCloud days, man. I'm not gonna put you on blast here. I remember your SoundCloud days. So you were going hardcore over these smooth ass beats, and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, you sound kind of lit. But
I was getting it on SoundCloud.
You had your own thing too, so I'm not gonna slide by that. The fact that you said me I influenced you back when I was a rapper, even a little bit, or just through the music that I introduced you to and put you onto. That means a lot. So I appreciate that.
I'd be lying if I said that because as a rapper, as a producer, we won't really talk about that. But as a rapper, yeah, bro, like I'll say this to this day, you had one of the smoothest flows that I've ever rapped
Appreciate that.
amongst. Like we used to get on beats and you'd be like, yo, rap, and it's like, I had bars for days, but like, bars for days and kind of offbeat, off kilter a little bit. But niggas let it slide, but like, nah, dog smooth as butter. Like if the beat jump in a way, he's never offbeat. And like that's a science, my nigga. I even watched you bullshit on beat. I watched you fuck up verses on beat. And this nigga's never off.
I appreciate that.
So like when did you think you really found your style? Just not as just a rapper, just in general as an artist. When do you think you really found like this is me?
I think I found what I wanted to do I found my style when Mystery and I were recording the first Breath of Fresh Air mixtape ever. Like one of our first full-fledged mixtape. This was like back in 2013, 12, 13. And we were rapping over, I'll never forget it. It was still online somewhere too. We were rapping over D'Angelo's Brown Sugar.
Yeah, I still.
And I'll never forget the flow I had on that because it was the most proud moment of my recording life. And we recorded that really on like in my bedroom studio at the time, like coming out of high school. So it was a proud moment because I'm like, oh, I could do this. I could rap like this. It was almost like having a conversation. That's why I like to focus on. I like to rap like I'm almost having a conversation with the beat on. So that's what helped me create my flow because writing that was so smooth and I think I sounded so good. So I was like, okay, this is how I should do it. Rap like I'm having a conversation.
I can only say because recording with you, because like I recorded with people. Recording with you really was like, this nigga is very methodical with everything. Like
that came later though. That came way later.
That came later. We was really like, when did you turn it up though? Like remember I was here, so I can only go off what I was around. But like, when did you just say, nah, we got to take this? Like, cause I remember the point where you just said, "Fuck it, we about to go all out, bro." And niggas,
yeah, you know when, and surprisingly, it wasn't even around the time you recorded 300. Remember when you recorded the 300 verse? That was like 2018, 2017.
Yeah,
it wasn't even
ago.
The thing is, that wasn't even that time. I didn't even decide to turn it up then. I decided to turn it up really when I think it was after the pandemic, or during the pandemic when Mystery recorded her verse for Battlegrounds with Seven, and I went over I brought my studio equipment, went over to her house, and recorded the verse, and I was like, okay, we got to do these takes again, and she was like, all right, let's do it, and I was like trying to get the right take and whatnot, and she was very compliant, you know what I'm saying, and wanting to be produced. That's when I realized it's important to work with people who actually want to be produced. I'm like, and recording that song made me realize, oh, this is what producing is. It's not just making the beat. That was my first single ever, like my first single with vocalists ever. And I was like, I felt so happy because it's like, okay, now I feel like an actual producer. I don't just feel like someone who's trying to make instrumental music. I feel like I've hit more avenues of this music production that I didn't think I'd be able to hit right. So,
the recording style with you is a one of a kind experience. But I'm gonna tell you.
You're gonna tell. Well, I'll say this: when I decided to turn it up is when the music got better. When I decided,
it definitely got better. Like niggas not gonna complain about the output. Like, nah.
Yeah, you remember before we even get to where it's at now. You remember back in the day when we would record, and I thought reverb was the answer to everything. Yeah, remember the days when
they would put on reverb and take off the actual like buoyancy and just leave like the
space
noise, notification shit.
Yeah, we would leave. There would be so much space between the vocals and the beat, and I thought that was the answer to everything. I ain't gonna lie. My early recording days with Mystery, I didn't know what compression was. I didn't even know we had to add it on there until I remember. I don't know what software. I had like some bullshit software. It was called M Audio Sessions, and then I moved on to Sonar Cakewalk. Sonar Cakewalk, I ain't gonna lie, since I didn't know shit about compression, I just threw a compressor on there with like a preset, like one of their random presets that sounded good for like
But
rap.
niggas not gonna act like they wasn't on Mixcraft, they wasn't on
Yeah,
Fuse,
yeah.
just putting on reverb and calling it a
Yeah,
day because
putting
it
on
took out the
reverb, just
static.
call it a day. It's like
Come on, bro. Niggas ain't had studios, man. Niggas had to make it work.
yeah, we ain't had none of that. And I remember after during that time, like after we recorded our second mixtape, Mystery and I, when we recorded Breath of Fresh Air Part 2, that's when I'll say this. That was a time where it was confusing and frustrating for me because you were doing your thing, Mystery was doing her thing. That's when life kind of hit all of us.
Yeah.
And I still wanted us all to do music, but we all kind of weren't really recording at the time. There was like maybe a good 2 years from 2015 because I graduated college. Y'all were splitting off doing y'all thing in life. You know, life hit everyone differently during that year. I'll never forget 2015 was a eye-opening year. Excuse
Yeah.
me. I took that time that we weren't recording to not only work on beats and instrumentals and work on that craft, but also work on my recording craft too. So that's why by the time you came back and Mystery came back, we got back together and did 300, and you were at the crib. We recorded 300. Everything I knew a lot more. That year and a half, 2 years, it made a
Bro,
lot of difference.
I'm gonna tell you, being with you, I know the shift happened, right? Because I remember our recording process completely changed.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember like you were always like one of the people like, hey man, do that take again. But then it turned to, all right, like I'm gonna tell y'all, I'll be telling niggas, they be like, oh, would it work? Because I show everybody your beats. Everybody I talk to, I show your beats. Like I tell everybody, and you see, I do it publicly. Like I don't do that private flowers, but you know how niggas do. But
yeah,
one thing I tell them is like, bro, if you record with this man, I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna produce you. You're not gonna lay your verse down and it's about how you think it sounds. It's until he's satisfied with
right.
the tape. And it's like on one hand, if you're not used to that, you're gonna be frustrated.
Yeah, because I give that feedback, bro. It's like, because my thing is, you're not gonna sound whack over one of my beats. I'm sorry, like,
Right?
you're not gonna do it. It's like if there's a take that you could do over, I'll let you know. Because I'll be real. I've never come across anyone that's done a bad, like the whole verse was just bad. No, just some parts we might need to redo,
Yeah.
or maybe have a couple of takes of the verse and choose from there. So it's like I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting my foot in anyone's ass when they record with me. It's just no, I give feedback. I actually give feedback. You know, and I let
Yeah.
you hear it. I let you hear what I hear. I point it out so you can hear what I hear. You know?
Yeah. Now I'm I'm talking shit, man, but at
I
the
know,
same
I know.
token, like I appreciate the process too, because again, it forces you to really be meticulous. Like even like now when I record now, I'll go over a take and I'll be like, cause I'll be sending you my shit. So I'm like, damn, I hear the shit he hear now. I'm like, let me say that line again. Let me go through that take. Let me stop right there. Let me get a catch of breath. Say this part right here.
Yeah.
Like I'm all of that matters. So when you really started as a producer, because you started making instrumentals, and again, I'm gonna sing. Fuck it. This an interview, nigga. I'm singing your praises. As a producer, bro, I've watched you evolve from somebody. Like 300 was like one of the first beats. One of the first beats he made was 300, y'all. We recorded that years before we started putting together that Project Tribe. Like years. Like he done dropped about 3 albums before then.
That song was so old, but I'm still glad. Thanks.
We needed to though. It was still like the thing with I get out of when we recorded was all of us are friends. Like I love y'all niggas. Like I love Mystery. I love you, bro. So when we all come together to record, like y'all my people. Like I don't see that as like, yeah, we gotta get to this. We niggas want bread, but that's why it's tribe shit.
That's gonna come though, man. My thing is the Tribe album to me means a lot because it's like that's us kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We brought something that we had talked about forever into fruition, and we have an album out. It's like as a group at that. So it's like there was no pressure really. It was just, hey, let's just get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get
And
it
it
done.
bangs. Like today, even though it's short, as short as it is, it still bangs as an album.
That shit bang, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I feel like the output, you put out a quality output, man. And the 3 albums you put out, I feel like you really showed your worth as a producer, as an artist. And I want to ask you, I remember we talk about this all the time. As a producer, do you think it was important with Photogenic, Waves in the Sun? Do you think with those albums, it was important for you to put these albums out? I mean, you had Toonami beats. I mean, you had albums where it's just your instrumentation. And like, how do you feel that did that change the dynamics of what you feel you can do art wise? Like now it's like, do I even need to rap anymore?
I'll say this when it came to Photogenic, right? I'll say this. Oh, let me do that. Hair's getting heavy. Let me say this. Photogenic, it was necessary, but I'm not gonna lie. Looking back at it, I'm like, I think I did that to prove that I could do it. Because it's a, in my opinion, I don't even think Photogenic was my real album. That's like, it is an album. I'm not going to discount it from my discography. That was
Right.
more of an exhibition. I always say that's my exhibition. Be like, hey, this is what I can do. I think I didn't really start getting serious with crafting an album because in Photogenic, there's no fade outs. There's
Yeah.
it's just press play, boom. It's like except for like maybe some joints that might have an introduction to it, but I think like Boom Bap Blues and Wildin' and they didn't really have intros. They were just beats. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Yeah.
happy with it because I could. It showed that I could do it, but I didn't start getting serious about actually crafting instrumental songs until Waves in the Sun, and then I crafted a theme around that name because I always start off my albums with by names and covers. I never really start off with the music first. It's always title, cover art, and I look at the cover art and I make music around that. So yeah,
Okay.
I didn't get started really crafting albums or getting serious about crafting albums until the second one a year later. But
I can respect that.
yes, that's I think it was important for me to put out Photogenic, but yeah, I don't count that as my serious album. That was just my exhibition. That's like shooting in the gym, just seeing how many shots you can make when you first get the ball in your hand. You
I'm
know what I'm
showing
saying?
niggas I can shoot a 3. That's all, man. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I
Just showing that I can do it too. It's like, hey, I can be in the gym with you, but Waves in the Sun was like, all right, I got my shoes on now. Let me see let me show you what I can really do. And then from there on, it's been yeah.
I think I do agree in an extent, man. You got I'm trying to do an interview like I ain't like I don't hear everything and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, like I'm just going from like being around you when you was doing them. I remember playing your beats because I play them while I'm drawing and shit. Like because there were a lot of them were
Well, I
lo-fi,
appreciate
so
that.
it yeah you gave me a Toonami feel. So when you started doing Toonami beats, it was
Oh,
like a lot of the beats you were making. I was kind of forming like you know how you used to see the trailers on Toonami, you see little
yep,
anime clips of your story.
yep.
No funny shit. When I hear certain beats, that's how I see my story. I see like, yo, if you cut all the scenes of this, would this be interesting? Could this like that? So that music always like Toonami beats, especially Volume 2. I fuck with that. I fuck with how you did it on TikTok. So when you got on there and tapped into the anime thing, was that like an intentional thing, or was that just like a natural?
That was very intentional. I'll say this: Toonami Beats. I'm so glad it became what it became because really it was just after Waves in the Sun, I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do next. And I'm always, I usually always come to that point after I put out an album. It's like, okay, what direction am I going to go in next? And around 2019, yeah, around 2018, 2019, that's when you would see on, before TikTok, like you would just have Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, you would see all these anime edits with music. You know, that's when
Yeah,
people would take clips from anime and either add their own music or someone else's music or some sort of dance music or whatever over it. And I was like, yo, I could probably make beats centered around some scenes in my favorite anime or some anime I just recently discovered. So that's how Tsunami Beats started. It started with the full. I'll never forget. It started with Full Metal Alchemist. And then I put that out on a Saturday because Toonami we're from way back in the day when Toonami was on during the weekdays, but then they
Yeah.
started moving it to like Saturday nights, and I put it out Saturday night, and people were bugging. They were like, "Yo, this is dope." So I'm like, "Let me do this every Saturday night." And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I did it every single Saturday night up until maybe 2021, and I was like, "Nah, now I'm gonna do it every other Saturday." Now I would do it for like maybe 3 months every Saturday night, stop for a few months, then continue it. And then 2021, I was like, nah, let me do it every other Saturday because it was getting too much. Like that was
Right.
that time to sit there and just make beats all week. And then I think the pandemic hit. Before I decided to do it every other Saturday, the pandemic hit, and I was like, everyone was inside, everyone was indoors, all producers indoors. Apparently, instrumental music on Bandcamp was like soaring. That's when Bandcamp had a resurgence in its relevancy. And I was like, what am I gonna do? And I told myself years ago I wasn't gonna take Toonami beats were just gonna be Instagram only. I wasn't ever planning on putting that out. But I was like, you know what? People seem to like these beats a lot. Fuck it, let's do a cool 10. And so I got the cover art for that. I picked 10. I actually went back and mixed these beats and put it out. Tsunami Beats Volume 1. And then I think a week later, I hit the guy up who did the cover for Volume 1. Yeah, a week later, I hit the guy who did the cover art for Volume 1. I said, yo, I need another one. Make it the Japanese flag. And it had Tsunami.
Right.
Yeah, make it the Japanese flag with the Tsunami Beats Volume 2 on it. And I had no idea I was ever gonna put out a volume 2. I had no idea. I just had the cover. I got cover art for albums that I haven't even started yet, just to have the idea. That so it was literally sitting there for a year on my phone in my email, just as an idea. You know,
Right.
so that's how that started. But yeah, my love of anime brought me to that, and just continuing to do that and be faithful to the art, and just
That shit blew up for you, man. I've watched that shit explode. Like you putting out clips of that shit on TikTok.
Oh yeah, the TikTok man. It didn't explode on TikTok till Volume 2. I got clips of me playing Evangelion in 2020, at the beginning of 2021. I was like, yo, I'm telling you, this is gonna be the shit. I remember I have an Instagram story from that time of me playing it. Like, yo, don't play with me this year. And so when I dropped Volume 2 and I put the clip for this Evangelion song on there, that shit just exploded on TikTok. It exploded on Instagram. I did not expect that. People were like, this sounds crazy. And I was like, yeah,
That
man.
beat is what, but because it's so authentic to the feel of that isolated, spacey, but like hip, like because Toonami always had a strong hip hop feel to it when you go back and really watch it. It was always a hip hop feel to Toonami. So I always like that fusion of cultures was always like untapped in hip hop. I feel like you like cracked the bubble. That I feel like that. Yeah,
they especially with what made Evangelion special, in my opinion, was we all know Neon Genesis Evangelion, the series. Let's be real, it's really known for the end of Evangelion. Like that, and everyone knows, if anyone has ever seen the end of Evangelion, they understand why the beat I made called Evangelion fits so well, because it just sounds like the end. It sounds like motherfuckers are going up to heaven.
When an anime has some wild, what the fuck, apocalyptic ending.
Yep.
Blame Evangelion.
Yeah, Evangelion started all that shit. Yeah, it started all that. So I think that's why, to this day, at least on Apple Music, Evangelion is like the top song on Apple Music still to this day. Like I think on Spotify it's still like part of the top 10, but Spotify is like part of the top 5 or top 10. But on Apple Music, that's Evangelion has been my number one song for like since 2021. So it's like that just goes to show, like, if you make art, if you make art that's respectable to the influence that you're making it from, people will tap in, people will listen, they'll tap in, and they'll be like, yeah, this is respecting the inspiration that is drawn from. So
Right.
you
So,
know,
do you think that was a natural lead in to the latest project that you worked on and just the journey that it took you on with this album?
I will say this: I believe 100%. The new album of Otaku. Gotta
Otaku shit,
put that
man.
on that. The tsunami, because I think that's one of those self-fulfilling prophecies that you write for yourself without knowing it, because Tsunami Beats is based off of Japanese animation. Just that love for it. So doing two albums of that, doing the Instagram videos, the TikTok videos, and then having an album that was supposed to be another instrumental album originally, and call it Otaku, which is a Japanese word for pretty much, an American version of, or a Japanese word that in America or in English means geek or nerd, or anyone just obsessed with Japanese culture and Japanese entertainment and just Japanese culture. That's what otaku means. So it could be our version of geek, our version of nerd in English.
Right.
So to go from those tsunami beats to having an album called this with artists on it that all followed the theme perfectly. They followed the instructions. They knew the assignment. You too, you especially. You knew the assignment.
Hey
You
man,
know?
I had to slide in the berserk line at the end, man. You know
Man,
what I mean?
listen, we gonna talk about that too. We definitely got to talk about that. So before we do talk about that, I just want to say, yeah, Otaku, an album inspired by anime.
Out
It's
now on all platforms.
out now on all platforms. It features a mixture of instrumentals and songs with vocalists from all around the world, including Spain. Uh, I'm drawing a blank. Japan, of course. Spain, Puerto Rico. Uh, you got American, Black Americans on there.
H Owens ain't from ain't Cuban.
Yeah, Cuban. Yeah, and Cuba. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So you got a bunch of nationalities on one album, and that's influenced and inspired by one culture. It's insane, and
Everybody brought it.
everybody bought it. So I'm just gonna name some people. I'm just gonna name everyone who's on it from how I can remember. We got Out of Dev Dealer. We got Mystery Saka. We got Seven Star. We got Mayumi Killer. We got B Fletcher. We got Marcadoso, or Marcados, as he would say in Japan.
Right.
We got uh, my homie Charles Wayfarer, and we got the homie H2 Owens in Florida.
That was an album, man.
That's an album. So there, everyone on there, vocalists, singers, everyone did their thing. And
What's your favorite song from Otaku, man? Because I'm telling you, every last song slaps.
even the intro,
Yeah.
even the intro.
Even the intro, fam.
Let me
Like,
let me
what's your
pull it up.
favorite joint, bro?
I gotta say, if I had to pick a favorite joint, I have to say my favorite joint on there is Patience, which was a collaboration between myself and Charles Wayfarer. The reason I say that was because I put so much time into crafting that beat. I put so many strings on there, and I had to try different types of basses, like bass sounds and bass instruments. I was going crazy trying to make this song perfect because the song is called Patience, and in parentheses it says Suzumi's theme, or yeah, I think it was Suzumi or Sezume. I believe that's how it's said in Japanese. But it's titled Suzumi's theme because there was a movie that came out in America early this year, named Suzumi. And after I saw that, I had the beat ready to go as it was, and then I saw that film, and it
I
made
remember you
me,
told me we went to go see that joint.
yep,
Yeah.
and it was such a good movie. It made me realize when I saw it, I saw certain parts of that movie, and it made me think of this beat, and I was like, "This sounds like this could be the theme for this." I'm like this, and I was like, "I gotta go back and add more stuff." That's why you hear a string section, you hear different bass on it. Um, and you have the vocal effects, which the homie Charles Wayfarer provided as well. And so I spent a lot of time. I spent months on that, and I was like, I can't wait. And people, I didn't think people would like it. I didn't think people would care, but
Right.
apparently people love it. Like they're like, yo, that Patience beat. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I made it into a song, and I was like, yeah, man, that's probably why it's my favorite because I spent nights trying to make sure it sounded good.
Yeah, I mean, I think you, man. Listen, bro. I can say this, man. Otaku is damn good, bro. Like that's a damn good piece of work, man. Like, you know, man. I just want to know now. You went to Japan. First off, you went.
Oh wait, before we talk about that, can I say before we talk about that, bro? We gotta talk about Berserk. Come on, man. You gotta
talk about Berserk.
You gotta talk about Berserk. We gonna get to Japan, man. My man. That's gonna we can talk about Japan for like another 40 minutes, but we gotta talk about you on this album, dog. You gotta plug yourself too. Yo, talk about the track that you on, bro.
Nah, Berserk. I think what I had a battle going down there with you to Charlotte. So like,
you did. Yeah,
I had a battle that day. I remember like the day before the battle. This is how crazy it was. This is our work ethic. But the day before the battle, I'm going over rounds. I went over my round randomly. We went right back. We recorded like 5 verses that night. And Berserk was just that one where you just in a groove writing some shit. And it was just I was writing bars, just bars.
Yeah, and you wrote it that night.
Yeah. I wrote like 3 verses that night, and I just recorded them.
That's crazy because I was looking at the timestamp of the video I have of the recording process because I got a lot of the recording process on video. And yo, you want to know when we started recording that?
When?
11:45 at night, bro. Like you had just got here. Remember you just got here. We went to go get something to eat at that bar downtown.
Yeah.
We came back to the crib, and you, man, we were up for a few hours, bro. Like
some hours, bro. I ain't gonna. I know at least about 3 in the morning when niggas finally was like, "We good," but about 3 songs, like we'll be done. Like when we leave, verses are fully, verses are finished. They're laid down. We're done. Like
you wrote it that night. You wrote everything that night, bro. Like, that's crazy. And you. Yeah, tell them how was your time in the recording process for that?
Man, number one, bro, I feel like at that point we found a groove where like I was used to like I was more concerned with delivering it well.
Right.
Because I was so used to how you produce, like hey man, say this like this. All right, man. Yeah, you didn't really say that clearly. Do that in third, and that helps the nigga when you on beat and you're more, you trying to write the bars, but like I'm worried about, all right, I can deliver this better. I can say this better. I don't got to worry about punching if I'm delivering what I'm saying good. So let me use this. And if I want to have you know what I mean? I'm thinking that. So when I went to do Berserk, it was like, yo, I ain't worried about trying to be the most wordy lyrical. I'm like, nah, nigga, I want to rap well. I want to have a nice ass flow. And that's the method I came in. So I could only be so aggravated because I needed you to do that extra shit because I needed that extra. Nah, nigga, you could do better than that. Go over. So Berserk was literally me going berserk. Trying to get this ball down. And I remember you told me to have an anime bar, and I couldn't think of an anime bar. So then at the end, I added the spill your guts, go berserk if I can. And
that was perfect.
And then you added the 2 clips from animes, bro. Like S. Cryer was my favorite shit growing up, bro. Like it was like the nigga Kazuma make like a arm, like shocking burst bullet, and he was like, nigga, I had to clip that in the shit. It was like we doing animes and shit from our childhood. Yeah. No one talks about S. Cryer, so I was like, I had to plug S. Cryer in one time, bro. Mm-hmm. That was classic.
And you killed it, man. Like you were sitting like. Literally, like I'm on the same, actually not the same desk, but we're in the same area we recorded in, like literally in this fucking living room area, and you killed it, man. I was like, you didn't. I know we talk about this too. You and Mystery, whenever you record me, this goes back to the way I record people. I know sometimes y'all be getting a little pissy sometimes when I be like, nah, we gotta do that over. I know it, and I know it, and I know it, and I fucking know it.
But it be takes where in your mind you were going ballistic, dog. Be like, Try one more time. Go, ah.
Yeah, I know it. But my thing is, but is it worth it though? Ain't it worth it?
Is that, yeah, I ain't gonna hold that shit. You crack when it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to say, it's like, but it's like I might do that, but ain't it worth it? It's like, ain't it worth it, dog? Listen to your verse on Berserk. Don't that shit sound clean?
That shit, man. And salute to H. Owens, dude. I don't want to give him that because like the
Yeah.
bars he had on the song too, like he had a lot of anime references. Like he knew the fucking assignment. Like Ninja Scroll was in there. He was naming the characters of Ninja Scroll. A lot of niggas don't even know Ninja Scroll back.
Yeah, no, niggas don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to I ain't know about Ninja Scroll maybe 2 years ago. Shout out to 7 Star for putting me on that. And also, shout out to 7 Star for bringing B Fletcher and Mayumi Killer onto the single Takara Machi.
That was fire. Yeah, talk about that one. Talk about that. That was fire.
Let me tell you that. Like that Takara Machi, he came up with the title for that 7 Star. And
dog, man, he's fire.
Y'all gotta check him out. But yeah, I sent him. I actually posted that. That was one of the first beats I ever made on Koala, the beat making app, Koala Sampler. That was one of the first beats I ever made on that shit. And I think I posted it, and he was like, "Yo, you gotta send that." Or he said somebody either send it, or he was like, "Yo, this shit is dope." And so I sent it to him. I had absolutely no idea. I don't know if I sent it with a theme. I think I did. I think I said, "Yo, I want this to be about an anime," and then he made it. He wrote the song. The song is about, and it's inspired by an anime named, I don't want to butcher this fucking name. Tekken Concrete. Tekken Concrete. Hold on. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want. It's a long. It is a long Tekken Concrete. Tekkin Konkrete. Yeah, this is what it looked like.
Tekken. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. It's an anime. The guy who directed the anime, he passed recently. He used to do a lot of real experimental direction. I fuck with that. Well, that story, surprisingly, is pretty like gritty and about like the urban life. So that's actually pretty dope. That's crazy.
Yeah. And what he did was, it was so clever. He named it after the city. He named the song after the city in Tekken Concrete. They call the city T-Town, Treasure Town. Takaramachi is a town in Japan, and it means treasure. So Treasure Town. So basically, he even says it in the song, T-Town's under attack. He basically wrapped the movie in the song, which is so dope.
Yeah, that's it. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I noticed he did that on Street Science too, on the Tribe joint. Like he does this real narrative way of rapping, and it's like, I'm not gonna hold you. That takes a lot of like ingenuity to do as well, bro. Like it's storytelling. So salute to that. That song, everybody on that song was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Oh, let me get to it then too. B Fletcher, he hit up his friend B Fletcher from I think she's in Spain or from Spain, but I think she's from Spain, and he hit her up to sing on the hook. And I remember the night he sent me her hook, I was blown away. I was like, this is a different level for the music, for any music I've ever made. Like, this is different. I knew that. And then he also said, "Yo, let me send it to my homie in Japan to possibly get on it." Like, say what she said, Mayumi Killer. She says the hook in her interlude in her version, or her verse on the track. She says the hook, like what's being said in the hook in Japanese, and that just took it to another level. Like, I ain't gonna lie, without him suggesting certain things, that song would not have gotten to the level it's at musically. So yeah, that's why he's a co-producer on that. I'm gonna say it on camera. Shit, he's co-producer on that shit.
That song's amazing, but I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, that song is amazing. The concept's amazing. Number one, the response Otaku's getting, because I want to talk about that as well. I feel like it's getting deserved respect. for the most part, like getting a lot of. How do you feel about the feedback you've been getting from Otaku?
I said, man, this has been surreal because it's like it's surreal in the most positive way ever. Because not only did I think the music was great and that people enjoy it, but they're actually enjoying it and saying it's great and it's getting some traction. Peace to H2 Owens for helping push it too. So peace to him for real.
Peace to the gods,
H,
bro.
man,
Like,
thank you.
that nigga been acting like extended family since the album. So I'm like, fuck it.
No lie. And also, I'm gonna say peace to Marcos in Japan. Mayumi put me on to him, and I remember hitting him up, not knowing like the time difference in Japan. We gonna talk about that too, but there's a huge time gap. So I sent him the beat, and I asked him, hey, what's up, man? My name's Blacksmith Sundayz. I'm making an album based on Japanese culture and anime. I wanted to know if you'd be on it. He's like, yeah, that's good. So I sent him the beat, like, can this work for you? And can you make a song involving or about Japanese culture or anime? He's like, bet. And what that showed me, well, he sent back a song called Loser. He said, this is the lyrics, just to hear the lyrics, here's the verse. The song title is Loser. And for those of you who don't know, or who you're just looking at that title and wondering, like, why is it called Loser? And wondering what he's saying on the joint. Loser is a store in Japan that's ran by, I think owned as well, but definitely ran by Mayumi Killer. Like, that's her store. She's on the album, and Loser is the name of a song on the album based on her store. When I was in Japan, I even got a shirt.
That is fucking fire, bro. That and yeah. I love that. I love that, as that album feels both so you, but it also feels legitimately like you were going to Japan before you went to Japan. Like, there's a store reference there. There's a town called Treasure reference for this song, and it's like this was legitimately a labor of love from across the world.
No, for real, man. So honestly, even if I didn't get the feedback I was expecting, which I did, I got like tenfold, but just the love that I got for everyone who wanted to be involved and everyone involved in it. It's been a lot. I'm just grateful and thankful for that. I'd be just thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm proud of you, first off, bro. I want to say that because, bro, this is big, bro. Like the amount of coordination that you put into putting this project together, bro. Like, I was just honored to be a part of it, bro. I ain't like, man. I don't even. I'll be trying not to go too hard, like it's my shit, but it'd be like,
man. You want it?
Proud. I'm proud. Like, yo, this is like my man really put together a fucking, like, nigga caught lightning in a bottle and then put the lightning in another bottle and sent it to Japan, and now we got a lightning room. Where is this?
No, man, you should put man, it is your shit. You're on it too. My thing is, this ain't just about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy.
Don't get it fucked up. I'll bump this shit, but I'll be bumping that shit. I'm sorry, bro.
One thing is, I'm happy I could have my friends on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that not only am I able to have collaborators from different parts of the world and the country, but I'm also able to have my friends on it. Mystery is on a song called Rosewind that's based off of the anime.
I like that song.
The Wind Rises. It's based off the Studio Ghibli movie When the Wind Rises. I believe that's what it was called. And every song, if we can go through it real quick, every song is inspired by an anime, really.
Bro, like talk about Mystery Song, man. Because
let's talk about Mystery Song. It's a very introspective joint. I believe you would have to see Wind Rises in order to really truly get the feel, because it's a love movie. Pretty much a movie about love. It's like a coming of age movie, really.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever seen it, it's pretty much like a coming of age movie.
People don't know how popular that really is in Japan. Like,
it's
Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly. So it's like it's a coming of age movie, Studio Ghibli movie. And what she's speaking on is pretty much elevation, whilst trying to. I believe, because she gets real deep. So I would say what I got from it was elevation in life while trying to remain yourself, even with a bunch of changes around you. So that's what I got from it. Maybe one day she'll fully explain what she was saying, because again, her and Seven get deep in a lot of stuff. So uh I will say that's what I got from it.
Right.
So she's on Rosewind. Now I just want to go through all the tracks with people on it real quick. All the tracks on here to
Oh yeah, go do your thing, man.
real through inspirations. Takano Machi, we talked about it, inspired by Tekken Concrete. Berserk, you hear it, it's inspired by Ninja Scroll and Berserk. The title, yeah. Invasion, that was a fun beat to make, because that was a Toonami beat. That was based on High Rise Invasion on Netflix, which one of my favorites. It's so slept on, but it was one of my favorites. And honestly, I'm still waiting on season 2. I think it came out like 3 years ago. I'm still waiting on
season 2. I never seen that on Netflix.
Yeah, it's called High Rise Invasion. It's so dope. Loser, inspired by the store, Mayumi Killer Store. Takaku Tobu, which means fly high. That was inspired by. Let me come back to it. Let me come back to that, because I actually gotta find the anime that wasn't. You might have you. What's the anime where they're on roller skates flying around? You remember that?
They're on the rope. It's like they're on. It's like air skate or some shit like that.
Air gear.
Yeah. Air gear.
That was what. Thank you, bro. That was what that one was from. Air Gear. That
okay.
You know why I forgot, because it's so underrated, bro. That's
It was pretty. It was a lot of anime that, like Rave Master, Outlaw Star. Like, we don't talk about a lot of those gems from back in the early days.
So yeah, Takaku Tobu. It's track number 6. It's in Japanese. It means fly high, and I named it that because in Air Gear they're pretty much flying.
Right.
Rosewind, inspired by Wind Rises. World Citizen, with 7. That wasn't really inspired by anime, but the second verse on that does reference Studio Ghibli movies, and it's about Japan. The second verse on World Citizen is about Japan, and the first verse is about I think the first verse is about Paris, and he mentioned the reason why he referenced Paris and Japan was because they have a good I guess they have a good relationship, but they like each other. Those two countries like each other.
Oh, that's a real high Japanese population.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. So that's why he did it, which is very smart. Again, props to him. Number 9, Patience, based off Sezumi, the movie that, and then See You Space Cowboy. I mean, if people don't see that title and know immediately,
if niggas don't, they're not otaku.
Yeah, for those of you who are not initiated, it's from Cowboy Bebop. So
every end of the episode says, "See you later, Space Cowboy."
Yeah. That's how you know it was like a decent ending. The real hardcore endings, they would be like, it would be something else. It'd be like easy come, easy go, or you gonna carry that weight.
Yeah, some on the nose ass shit. Like,
but yeah, that's what. And then the first track, I mean, Welcome Friends, that was just pretty much like you walking into the theater, getting ready to watch an anime movie, like,
right,
or be taken to Japan musically. But yeah, that's pretty much it with that. But I know what you really want to get to, so let's go.
Man, you went to Europe first, man. You international big player, man. You gotta talk that shit, boy.
Oh yeah,
man,
last year.
We gonna touch Europe real quick, man. Then we gonna slide to Osaka.
Yo, Europe, man. Going to Manchester, United Kingdom to perform at the working on it. There's a crew they call or an event with the crew, and they call themselves Working on It, and it's headed by my man Quartz and Lone Apostrophe out over there, and they set it up at this restaurant called the Hip Hop Chip Shop. For those of you who don't know, chips in UK is fries. So, they have a hip hop inspired restaurant called the Hip Hop Chip Shop, where every Sunday, certain Sundays throughout the year, not every Sunday, but certain Sundays, once a month, one Sunday a month they host a producer event, and producers come and play beats, or DJs will come and spin records and whatnot. And when I went out there last year, it was to celebrate MF Doom. You know, MF
Right.
Doom every
RPMF Doom.
last October of 2020, or he was announced. He was pronounced that it was. He was announced that he had passed away on Halloween of October, 2020. So I went out there during that weekend, October of 2022, close to Halloween, to perform, and they allowed me to come out there and do it, and I'm forever grateful for that, because that was my first time overseas, and I didn't, I ain't know shit about nothing.
Right.
I ain't know nothing. So the fact that they're very warming and very welcoming and very accommodating. They took me out to eat for first night there when I landed and got settled. Um, they took me out there to eat, and we were just chilling, drinking and whatnot, kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then I also didn't know that my phone was still locked, so I couldn't use a SIM card. So that was the first time I learned, like, make sure your phone is always unlocked. There's no restrictions on SIM cards. So
Right.
if you go overseas, you're not just gonna be reliant on the Wi-Fi. I was literally just reliant on Wi-Fi for like 6 days. So but no, everyone out there is cool. Everyone I met there was cool. Everyone I performed with was cool. Alex
But
DeLarge,
you did your
Oma.
thing, bro.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Oma was out there. Everyone's seeing them everywhere now on Instagram. The fact that I was able to perform with them before
That's
the blow
crazy.
up, that is, to see that growth, bro. I'm sitting here like, damn, that was a blessing. And
That means you
so,
was moving in the right direction. That's what that means.
no, facts. And even back home, people tuned in, to the live stream to see that. So I'm very appreciative of that. For real, I'm appreciative of Matt Quartz and Lone Apostrophe for having me out there,
Right.
man. Shout out to y'all. And so that was, oh yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to the homegirl Chica I met out there. She was real cool, showing me around downtown, Manchester and whatnot. So shout out to Chica too. I appreciate you. And that was that, man. And I can't wait to go back and perform there, and or just kick it there with them, because that's a community if I ever seen one before. Just for, at least just for producers, they have a whole community, and it's very welcoming. So anyone that wants to go out to the UK, yo, go hit up Quartz, man. Go hit them
Right.
up. But yeah, man. Then in a year's time, from October 2022 to September 2023, I was able to make this album and touch Japan. And and peace to Mayumi Killer for having me out there. That was fun. I was able to perform with some
Right.
dope producers from Osaka, Japan, in the surrounding areas. So that was dope. But what do you want? What questions you want to ask about that? I'm just gonna talk.
Nah, man, nah, talk, bro. Like this is the thing, bro. Like you gotta talk your shit, bro. You went to
Oh
another
man.
country
Well,
and really rocked the fucking room. Nah, bro, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna
I'll
hype
say
that
this.
shit. I
I'll
was in
say
the
this.
live. I watched the live. You was shaking the building, bro. I'm going. You gotta talk your shit, man.
I'll talk. I'll talk. I'll say this though. My preparation for that was, I was on Duolingo. I just hit 100 days tonight, actually. So, 100-day streak of learning Japanese. So I'll hopefully be able to speak fluent Japanese by the time I reach 900 days.
That's
So
dope.
I did learn a little bit of the language, at least the common phrases, common words, and whatnot. Um, when I was actually kind of nervous, because I know there's a language barrier, but I will say, out there they are very accommodating to foreigners, and especially English speaking foreigners. So they're very accommodating to us. So shout out to Japan
Yeah, I
for,
mean, first off, that was dope, man. I just that experience in Japan, like, what was that like, bro? Because I remember I watched every story you posted. Cause I was like, yo, I know this
man.
nigga gonna tell me. This nigga told me stories for hours, bro. I want. What did that feel like? Actually, like walking the streets of Osaka, just like seeing, like, what did it? Did the air feel different in Japan?
It felt, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It almost felt like a second home, because it was. Again, I'm not gonna try to be stereotypical here or anything, but we all watch anime. We all watch
Right.
anime here. It surprised me how almost accurate they portray the feeling of being there through animation, because it was almost like that.
Yeah.
Almost felt like that, you know? And that's because my thing is, in America, that's really all we have. That's the closest thing we have to actually experiencing that, is through the animations, like hearing their voices, seeing their landscapes. The
Right.
closest thing we have to that here is through their animation and their visuals. But to be there was a completely different vibe, and it was definitely surreal. It almost felt like I wasn't even there for the first night. The night I landed, you kept up with my story. The night I landed, I went to a club and I walked the streets.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I wanted to be able to have my body keep up with the time, because I don't go to bed till late. So I was like, let me not. As soon as I land, even though I got major jet lag, let me just go walk the streets anyway. So jet lagged as hell. By the way, they are 13 hours ahead of us. By the way, they are 13 hours. Imagine going forward in time 13 hours. I landed there the next day, bro. If I left
That's
Tuesday, I left Wednesday morning, I landed there Thursday night. Y'all were still on Wednesday.
it's crazy.
I know that's insane, right?
It's Thursday here, but it's Wednesday here.
Yeah, it's Thursday. It was Thursday night. It was Thursday night, but it was Wednesday morning in America.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? So I guess I left on Tuesday. I don't know. I don't even remember where I left now. But yeah, they're 13 hours ahead. So imagine jumping forward 13 hours in time and staying up like the same night you land. So did that, walking the streets, seeing those lights, seeing everyone there. It was great. It was felt fantastic. Getting Before I rocked the show, I went on Friday because I got there Thursday. On Friday, I met up with Marcos, and
Right.
it was so funny. I met up with him first time. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Blacksmith?" And I'm like, "What's up, Marcos?" I'm thinking he speaks like complete English too.
Right.
He's like, "No, no, not a lot of English." I'm like, "Oh shit, no, I don't know a lot of Japanese." So,
That nigga was heartbroken. He thought he had it. Oh shit.
oh yeah, but hold on 1 minute, because I'm pull up the app that we use. So basically, we use an app, that the iPhone translator app, and looks something like this.
Oh, I got an iPhone. Let me get the translator app.
Yeah, the translator app. You know, um, yeah, you set the language you want, and then it translates it here. So we did that, like walking and talking, like we're talking into a phone, bro. Like we're having conversations through a phone, bro.
I want that shit now, bro. You think I'm playing? I'm about to be speaking on. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm about to have the most epic Japanese like dubs playing of my cartoons ever.
I'm telling you, man, so what we did was
So
we
you
met.
know you gotta do a try manga now, bro. It's time now.
We're gonna do one.
It's time now, bro.
Yeah,
You
put it in Japanese.
you were there officially, so now the feeling you can officially inject into the manga, bro.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
these stories, man. Look, like tell about that Japanese nightlife, man. Man, what was that? How man
The night, I ain't gonna lie. The first night I was out when I first landed, it was I went to a club called Pure, and I only went there because I read about it beforehand, and it said there were a lot of foreigners there, which I guess, when they say foreigners in a Japanese club, they mean like Americans and other nationalities are there too. So I wanted to see what was up. I just wanted to see what was up. So I went there. They know how to party. I'm gonna say that much.
Oh,
They know how to party.
you
Like,
said them. You said they stay out. They be open late as fuck, don't they?
oh my god, bro. It was like New York City up in there. Like they really would be up till like 4 or 5 in the morning the next day. Like they stay up over there. Like it isn't like when they party, they party. Like they know how to party.
Right.
Uh, Now I don't know if that was just because I was in Osaka. I don't know if that's everywhere. So I'm not gonna speak for all of Japan, but where I was at, yeah, they stayed up. So the second night I was out, I went out with Marcos. We walked an hour to from the train station we were at, the subway station we were at. We walked an hour to this club that I was performing in. Well, yeah, a club, like a bar lounge club. We walked an hour to there while talking through this app. We were talking about a lot of stuff. He was putting me on game with about a lot of stuff. He was talking about Yasuke. Remember that anime Yasuke? He was telling
Yeah,
me that was actually based on, you know, a real person.
yeah, Yasuke. That's why a lot of people ain't like that anime because that anime was all the science fiction robot shit, and it's like that was like we wanted just like an anime about the actual black samurai Yasuke who served under old Nobunaga. Like that's
Yep. Yeah, he
and
was
then they would
talking
show
about that.
that's all we cared about. We didn't care about him fighting ninja demons, hybrids and shit, and these mech suits and
Yeah, that's what he was telling me about that because I actually didn't know that. And he was putting me on game. He took me to a couple of shrines and not shrines. I'm sorry. He took me to a couple of temples that were
mm,
around in the city, and it was at night, so it was like mad empty, and they were closed. But it was just it was interesting for him to teach me these things. While again, there's a language barrier, obviously, but it showed that it can be done. And honestly, that's what having him on the album showed. Like even though we can't understand what he's saying, we know what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Like he
Feel what
still knows he family. Like that's what it is. He
yeah,
part
like
of the tribe, man. Tribe
yeah,
international.
we can definitely feel what he's saying through the music. So that's how I felt talking with him. And he took me to stand in front of the Glico, the running man, where you know
Yeah,
they
I
put
seen
their
you. We
hands
took
up
the
like
picture
that.
of a dog. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a very famous. I read about that. It's a very famous landmark in Osaka. So he took me to that on our way there to the event, and that was just dope. Like I didn't think I'd get to see it. I honestly thought it was in Tokyo. I forgot it was in Osaka. But that was very dope to see. When we got to the actual event that was going on that had other producers there too performing and DJs, I think we walked in, they were dancing. I walked into that place, they were dancing to a song. You know which one it is with I think it was Busta Rhymes. It was like Busta Rhymes and Erica Badu. Like, I'm gonna have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
oh shit.
And
Yeah.
they were dancing to that. And I'm like, oh my God, they know what's up. They know what's up. Like, what you want to do, Miss Erica Badu? I want to have some fun. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, they know. So walked into that. I was introduced first like firsthand to like first off like off the bat I was introduced to this producer named Wind. He spells his name VVIND, and he produced a song, one of my favorite songs so far of this year with Marketos. It's called Into the Night, and he's a dope producer, man. Like
Mm,
Wind is so dope. So shout out to Wind. And
fire.
yeah, so I met up with him. Him and Marketos performed that night. I didn't know Marketos was performing. I honestly believe that may have been a spur of the moment thing, but he was performing. They brought out break dances and b boys and b girls, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, they break dancing out here. Where are we
Yeah,
doing that?
nigga, like the culture be the culture global. Like there's people who legitimately love hip hop all over the goddamn world, bro.
My
And
thing is, I was watching this, but I'm like, why are we not doing this back home? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I haven't seen good b-boy and b-girls, good b-boys and b-girls in a minute, like live.
you gotta be in the right like nowadays if you want to see bebop, it's like a you gotta go to a specific place where like that's a popping thing in that area here. It's not like just you go to a club where there's hip hop and there's gonna be b-boying. Like that's just a part of what hip hop is there. Like
I know. It was so dope. It was like I stepped into a 90s time capsule over there, bro. It was amazing that night. The night that I performed, the night that I performed was interesting because I remember I came home from doing something. I went somewhere and I took a nap. I woke up to Mark Rose DMing me, yo, you know your sound checks in like an hour. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm glad I woke up when I did because I'm like, huh? And I didn't take a shower or nothing. So I was late to sound check. I take a train and everything. Man, I was late to sound check by maybe like 20 minutes. And
Oh
so
shit.
so when I got there and I had to do a sound check, I was so scared because and thank God I brought my interface, bro. You don't understand like how fucked up this could have been if I didn't bring my interface. I brought my interface,
Right.
and for some reason it still wasn't working. We were like 3 or 4 minutes trying to figure out why isn't this working. Oh my God, am I not gonna get to perform? I flew all the way the fuck out here. I had to take my interface out just a little bit from my computer and put it back in, and it worked. Oh, I'm like, thank God. And so I was like the second to last person to do sound check, and then we finally got the event started. But there was a point where I was like sweating bullets, bro. Like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get to perform.
God damn, bro. I'm out here enjoying Japan, bro. I'm about to execute the mission.
Oh my God, bro. I probably would have cried if I didn't get to perform that night. I
No,
would
no, I ain't gonna hold that. It broke my heart, bro.
I bro, imagine how I would have been. Bro,
I know,
but
bro.
yo, I'm gonna tell you this, the performance went well, except for two things. There was some feedback on the mic, a lot of feedback because it was between two speakers, so there was feedback on the mic somewhat. We ended up getting it right, and then actually, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'll just say this: I played Berserk. You heard it. I played Berserk and Takanamachi, and I didn't realize it was slowed down.
Bro, it was listen, bro. I was listening to it live, bro. I'm gonna tell you how that shit was crazy. I thought you did it on purpose because I'm
I
hearing it.
actually
I'm
did.
like,
I didn't realize it because I'm back here. The speakers are like there, and then I got two in front of me. But even the two in front of me, I couldn't necessarily. I didn't recognize. I didn't register until it was too late. It didn't register until I played Berserk. I was like, wait a minute, did Takanomachi did that get played slow? I'm
let me
like,
tell you something, bro. That shit was so fucking fire, bro. I know you say it was a mistake. You ain't mean to do that, but it sounded chopped and screws. Like all our voices sounded like deeper, but
yeah.
then it's like the beat was like I was like, yo, this how I sound chopped and screwed. I ain't gonna hold a nigga sound like this. Shit. I was like, bro,
Nah,
that
bro.
shit.
I was so embarrassed, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was
But
embarrassed.
then they was jamming to this shit though.
I know, and actually before this interview, I probably wasn't gonna talk about it, but I'm like, you know what? It's real. This is how it really was. But my thing is, listening back to it, when you told me that, man, I remember I called you the next day and you told me like, yo, that sounded dope. I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, nah, this sounds fire though. Nah, this sounds fire. I'm like,
That
yeah.
was fire, bro. Like that was hey, that was the most high putting something in the air. Like, hey man, we might have to have a chopped and screw version of
I ain't
Berserk.
gonna lie, I was thinking about that too, and I know exactly how I would do it. I know exactly how I would do
That
it.
would be nasty. That shit was cold, bro. That
Hey,
shit was cold, bro.
my thing is if I put it out there, hey yo, y'all want a chopped and screw version? If people be like, yo, do it, I'll
Right.
drop it, man. I'll drop a chopped and screw version because I ain't gonna lie, that did sound dope. So for all intents and purposes, shit, that was done on purpose. Japan
Yeah.
got the first. They got. I brought Houston to Japan real quick.
Know what I mean? Yeah, still show niggas who you was, bro. But
Yeah, so I ain't
I
too
did
mad.
I did want to I wanted you to give your uh just a chronological history of what you did, bro. I ain't mean to just
Oh,
let you. I had to let you just build for a second, man, because again, bro, you put in a lot of work, bro. Like nigga dropped a Christmas album and shit.
yeah. Oh my
Niggas are
god.
casually dropping albums. And like but I be struggling for years, drop mixtapes and shit. This nigga be dropping albums. Like he got another one Tuesday, bro. But like I do say, like, bro, you definitely like one of the main reasons I still have been rapping for real. So
That's
I
real
do,
cool, man.
yeah, man. I don't, man. I got that spark again, man. I'm trying to be a rapper one more time, man. So I
One
do
more
appreciate
time.
it one more time.
I think you're gonna be a rapper anyway, bro. It's like who you kidding? You gonna be a rapper anyway, nigga.
Yeah, niggas is rappers forever, bro. You don't just you may not be caring about making it, but you're gonna rap.
I'm a rap sometimes. I mean, like I told you, I'm retired, except for my once a year.
You do it
Yeah,
once a year. Got to listen on niggas you can rhyme.
yeah, man. I do a Jeepers Creepers thing, once a year, once every few years.
Creepers, creepers.
Yeah, it's like you come out like once every 24 years. I come out once a year. So I'm like, yeah, every once in a while. But yeah, these are chronological order. I mean, the performance was dope. I'll just say this: the performance was fucking dope. Um, Looking back at it, even through some of the mistakes, it was still dope. I'm glad I got to perform. And this is just a lesson to anyone who wants to travel out of the country or travel to perform. If you think you might need it from your studio, bring it. Don't give a fuck if you don't use it. Bring it. Because if I didn't bring my interface, there probably wouldn't have been no way I'd be performing. I would have performed. I'm so glad I brought it with me. I'm gonna bring that motherfucker everywhere now. Like there's
going forward, that nigga know the items he gotta bring with him.
Yeah, I know it. But my thing is, I'm actually thinking about investing in an SP404 so I don't have to do it. But until I do that, until I want to drop that bread, that's coming with me. Because if I didn't have it in Japan, I would have been. Oh my! I don't even want to think about it. I just would have been heartbroken. But yeah, man. Every other producer. Let me shout out the producers that were there too, that also performed because they did a damn good job. Like they did a damn good job, bro. We got Zero MSV. We got Wind. I might butcher some names, so I apologize. We got Dialo Think. We got Kagata Daiki. We got Hip Hop How. Ipuku Beats. We got Mayumi Killer. DJ Koopa, which I actually supported him and bought one of his mix CDs. So shout out to DJ Koopa.
That cover's dope.
Or is it Koopa?
Dope.
Sorry, this is DJ Kappa. Sorry about that. I got Koopa and Kappa here. This is DJ Kappa. Shout out DJ Kappa. My bad, bro. But we had DJ Koopa perform, Lotus Boy, Field Sign, Shameless with the food. Shameless is a group that bought the food. And then we had producer, this is a long name, Carela Sonme. I believe I said that right. I apologize if I butchered your name, bro. But
all those that was a stacked event, huh?
It was a stacked event. Let me tell you this. We went on till 5 a.m. We went on till about 4 a.m.
Oh shit.
We went on till about 4 a.m. And we walked home. Mark Rose and I walked home after that. Oh, and peace to Mark Rose too. We performed Loser there too. So we performed Loser there.
You would listen, bro. I want to say the fact that even through the mistakes, you still made that what it was, and then you still came home with the victory. You know what I mean? How do you feel the reception in Charlotte was when you came back to Charlotte after you had been international Jackson?
Man, I felt the love from everyone who welcomed me home. I got some welcome home texts and some congratulations texts and whatnot. I felt the love for real. You know what I'm saying? Like this was honestly a great experience. I'm grateful for the support always and forever will be. Right. This time around specifically though, I really felt it, and I was like, damn, like that was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hoping to be able to go out and do it again in another year's time, maybe. Man, we all gotta get out there. Shit, me, you, and Mystery gotta get out there. Like they would love us.
Nigga, we gotta go out there and perform one time, bro. I definitely want to start going to be traveling to these different places, but gotta get that bag together.
We do. I ain't gonna lie, it does cost a pretty penny to get out there. But I'll say this, it's all good when we get out there. The currency exchange rate's not that bad, so we'd be able to at least get some food and travel off of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, it ain't like we gotta get rich just to be able to go over there, but save some money together. I'm definitely want to just invest in the traveling more with you as well, bro. Because like that, these connections made in UK. You know what I mean? Nigga produce a single in UK. Casually producing, nigga. Like, come on.
Yeah, yo, shout out to PK Roscoe. Shout out to PK Roscoe for doing the song Stick Me. Shout out to PK Roscoe for doing the song Stick Me over one of my joints. We made that collaborative effort. Alan, Out of Depth Dealer, Black God Comics made the cover.
Oh man,
That
I did a little
fire.
something. I did a
I'm
little
about to pull
something,
it
man.
up. That fire ass cover
Yeah,
for Stick
boy.
Me. And
I had to, man.
shout out to I don't know if it's coming up, but yeah, you
It's,
drew that
you can
shit.
see it.
Yeah, drew that shit, and it was it's actually my first label release. So I'm an independent artist. I ain't never released nothing on no label. So shout out to Village Live Records for putting out the joint Stick Me with PK Roscoe, and shout out to the homie out of Death Dealer Black God Comics for the cover. You know, collaborative efforts all year, bro.
Yeah, bro. Niggas been working all year, bro. Like that's and that's the thing now. What I think so fire that everything is coming together full circle. And so like what you got coming next, man? Like bro, but it's a lot of work, man. Your catalog, I don't see you stopping no time soon.
Oh no.
Like shit, nigga, you done inspired me, bro. I'm trying to get back in the lab more and start writing. Like once we done here, I'm back in the lab for the
Back.
night. You feel me? So
What's next, man? I'm trying to go in a different direction while also trying to finish up a lot of things as well. I'm honestly, I want to go. I want to take it back to my roots, back to my southern roots for the next one. We'll see though.
you gonna be a Houston nigga for real, boy.
Yeah, I'm about to just take the production to that point, but we'll see. That might take a little bit more time than I anticipated because of Otaku being as big as it is, and I want to definitely promote this for another year or two.
Right.
But I'll definitely be. Of course, we're all gonna be working on more. We got our shit.
Oh
You know,
man.
we got the Prime Apes joint
Yeah,
that's
man.
pretty much done being recorded.
Yeah, Prime 8, bro. Like this is the second Prime 8 mixtape.
Oh yeah, the first one, bro, from 2013, like 10 years ago, literally, like literally 10 years ago, bro. Like
Bro,
we
I'm
got
telling
that. We gonna drop that next year. Yo, I should put the Chop and Screw version of Berserk on that.
that'd be so
Wouldn't that be some shit?
nasty, bro.
Wouldn't that
Prime,
be some shit?
but Prime Apes is so fucking cold, bro. Like, and this second Prime Apes, bro, it's some shit on this second Prime Apes, man.
I
And I
mean,
don't want to say nothing. I ain't gonna
I ain't
spoil
gonna say
nothing.
nothing. Fine, I ain't gonna say nothing. I was gonna say who we got from overseas on there, but I ain't gonna say it. We're
Yeah,
not gonna say that.
yeah, we gonna say we ain't
But
gonna do that, bro.
but
Like,
we
Otaku
do
the
have
joint right now.
we do have an international feature, so
Yeah, boy.
we gonna flex that. We got another international feature coming, but we good. But yeah, man, it was an experience making this album. I got nothing but love and respect for each and every one of y'all that are on the album and everyone that's on the album. Y'all, without y'all, this album would not have come.
That album incredible though. I'm not even just hyping that either. But that album's legitimately a work of art, bro. Like every last piece of that shit came together to one piece, bro. And it was
I appreciate it, man. And again, it wouldn't. I appreciate y'all the most because it really would not have gone to this next level without y'all wanting to, be on it in the first place, and then wanting to be produced and trusting me to make you sound good. Because my thing is, there are a lot of people on this album that I've never worked with, and they put their trust in me to make them sound good. And honestly, as a producer, that took me to the next level, and that's all I could really ask for because it's now shown me, hey, people can trust you with their words, with their work, and now you have to give that same trust back. And
right.
you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. I really couldn't ask for anything more than that, and I got literally like no hassle on any of this. Everyone understood the assignment. Everyone delivered, and it, in my opinion, is probably I made a lot of albums. Probably my best work. I ain't gonna lie. Like
This feels like the most complete. I mean, granted, this is the album you made that had the most legit songs
yeah,
and not just instrumentation. But I
yeah.
also feel like the instrumentation is also some of the best that I've heard from you too. And I'm a fan of your beats, but Otaku is definitely, it feels like a combination of everything at once. Like the love for Japanese culture, but it's a lot of you sprinkled in that as well. And just you brought the homies with you, you know what I mean? Nah, niggas is, we gotta bring the homies.
That's honestly a lot of what I'm proud of too. I'm proud of being able to bring my friends along. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man. Like, honestly, like 10 years ago, bro, could we have imagined that?
Well, 10 years ago, bro, you remember niggas got together to start making music, bro. We was just recording, and we was like, "Yo, we gonna keep working. Nobody's fucking with the type of boom bap and this, that, and third."
Hey, yo,
And then now,
I want to say, yo, back 2013 when we ain't have nothing and we were recording at my mom's house in my bedroom. Yo, I want to give a shout out to my mom for putting up with us
bro,
and being
his mom
cool.
is a trooper, bro. She was with all the bars.
Yep.
You can rap and be as aggressive as you want to. She ain't batting a goddamn
She
eye.
ain't care. She ain't give a shit. She was with it. So my mom let random fucking people in her house to record with me. She ain't have to do none of that. It was her house. So shout out to my mother. Love you, ma. Oh, and before we get off the pan, I want to show you some shit I got too. You know, to celebrate One Piece being on
That
at
nigga
the
got
cop
one
at the
piece.
cop one. I copped this at the airport on my way back.
And dog got Attack on Titan, and you got
Yeah.
on.
And I got something for you, my man. Got this for you. Still in the plastic.
Kaizen.
Yeah. An original Japanese print for you, man.
Yeah, man. We gotta do the manga about Tribe now, man. We gotta do it now. It gotta happen now. It's gonna happen now. I'm gonna build all this otaku shit. You gonna promote it for a year. You my man's. We gonna work on something about that, man, and make
We
sure we
definitely
got.
should. We should definitely could and we definitely should, bro, because I think honestly this became bigger than I ever would have thought, honestly. So that's another reason why I'm grateful. I didn't think it would get this far. I really
Right.
didn't. You know, so but I guess that's the thing about life, man. You never really know. And that's why you just gotta be grateful for everything because you never really know where you're gonna go next. And man, and let me say you've been collaborating with me pretty much all year. So shout out to you, man. I love you forever for it. And you're my brother, so I love you anyway. But
You go, man. Shit, man. I'm gonna ride to the wheel fall off, man. And to be honest, bro, like, you know, I like your beats, bro. Like, I don't like rapping over other niggas' beats. You know, you my homie, so it's like he's like, yo, you want to go? Yeah.
I'm always looking forward to that day where we lock in for like 2 weeks. Like
And just really put some shit together. Yeah.
yeah, instead of just like 1 or 2 nights now, we need like a week or two to just
I definitely do want. I definitely do want. I want to work, man. Like I have fun when we work. You know what I mean? That's what I want to rap for. I'm not. That's what keeps it fun, bro. Doing it with your friends and doing it with your homies and y'all enjoying hip hop and salute to everyone you brought. I think that was what made this album so fire to be a part of because it was about everybody just enjoying rapping. Like motherfuckers make rap about everything else, and we were all on an album saying, "Hey, we love hip hop, we love anime.
yeah.
That's it. Like that. That's it. Like we're not angry. It's just we love it. We want to rap. We want to rap
Yeah,
well.
we want to rap and have a theme, and basically we're all otakus.
We're all
You know what I'm
nerds.
saying?
You know what I mean? Nerds,
All of us.
otakus. Like we comic book nerds. Like bro, I'm referencing comic bars and shit in there.
Yeah,
Like we was throwing. Everybody was doing their own shit, but like we all just love this culture so much, and it was just again, bro. It was an incredible thing to be a part of, bro. Like, and at this point, man, if you say, "Yo, Al, man, I'm working on something," you already know what time it is. It ain't.
yeah, I appreciate that, man, because that's how you were with this. You were like, "Oh, bet." I got a question, man. What's besides Berserk? What's your favorite joint on the album?
It is the joint with Seven.
The joint, which one? The Takamachi?
Yeah, the treasure joint, like that, the beat, like I always like how the beat sound with everybody rapping together, like just the whole song structure in itself felt like a movie. Like
Yeah,
it felt like an anime intro to like some drama or something. That was
mhm.
the best way to describe it. Like it felt like some dramatic scene in Fruit Basket.
Yep. And
Yeah,
it would have been blasphemous if I didn't put that as a single because I was like that had to be the single.
that was fire. Like so that, and I like the joint with Mystery Rosewind.
Hmm.
I like that joint as well. Space Cowboy. I like that joint as well. Like Patience, I fuck with Patience. So I like that album, bro. Like I think I was posting the whole album on the songs I liked off it. I was just posting random shit on the stories, and I was like, I love that album, man. I done listened to the album at least about 3 times now. So
Hey, I appreciate every single listen, bro. And uh, yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a staple for. I think that album's gonna be a staple for a lot of us for a minute because
yeah,
it just means more than just music. It's like definitely a big collaborative effort. And it connected us. I mean, everyone's kind of following. I see a lot of people are following each other off this album, and I'm like, hell yeah, this was the point. You know what I'm saying? To connect people. So I'm glad that it's doing what I set it out for it to do, and everyone's connected now. You know, it's like
yeah.
everyone can hit someone up.
The H Owens, man, I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Salute the homie, bro. Like he done connected me with some other dope ass MCs. I'm like, I've been
Listen,
waiting for this my whole life, just to be surrounded amongst the kinfolk. We just like bars and dope beats, bro. We not here for none of the weird shit. We just want to rap.
mhm.
It's like, yo, that's fire to me, bro. Like,
H2 Owens, he took it to the next level with the marketing and
he
promotion, and
definitely
he's doing
did.
it. He did it off the strength. You know what I'm saying? Because not only because he's on the album, but it's off the strength too. So, you know, I do gratefully appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I greatly appreciate it, and it's just that love is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, salute
you
the
know,
dog, bro.
honestly,
He pushes to a
salute.
different level.
Salute to Pro Fresh Publicity. That's his team and his marketing name, Pro Fresh
Bro,
Publicity. So
fresh.
shout out to H2 Owens and the Pro Fresh
Yeah,
fam. But
yeah,
yeah,
salute
man.
the dog, bro.
But yeah, if anyone ever wants to go to Japan, y'all go to Japan. It's dope. It's a dope place. They have a lot of go see some temples, go eat some food, go to some shows. I saw my first idol show too. You know, idols like
No,
the cute the like the groups of women that are in like cute outfits singing and microphones and whatnot. You
no,
know,
I didn't
idols.
see that shit.
Oh, well, I saw that live while I was shopping, and it was real cool. You know, it was definitely something I'd only seen in anime, and to see that live, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm
It's
here.
kind of
You know?
crazy. I'm really on another side of the world that to us is like some magical place, but
Yeah, real, yeah, for
it's
real.
man.
For real. So my goal now is to learn more Japanese. By the time I go back, I can speak it more fluently and I can read these without any issue. Like I want to be able to actually read these things.
It's
And
important too because proper translation helps you understand the story. Because
yeah.
motherfuckers be mistranslating a lot of these texts in these mangas,
Yep.
and
And
I so
I was just telling someone that because I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and one of the DJs from that I met in Japan was like, "Yo, you like Japanese manga?" I'm like, "Yes." I don't know how to read it yet, but I got it because once I do know how to read it, I'll be able to know what's really being said. Because some of the dialogue gets lost in translation.
it
And,
definitely
and
gets
like,
lost, especially
yeah,
like especially with Jujutsu Kaisen, with how like the power system works and certain kanji specifically mean certain things, or like certain words or specific kanjis, and if they're not translated right, it's a whole different word to us in English.
exactly,
So
exactly. So I'm definitely that's going to be a goal of mine for the next year. And man, I can't wait to go back, and I'm hoping that y'all can come with me physically, and we can just all just go run around Osaka and Tokyo,
I'm gonna
you know,
try.
and go perform.
I definitely gotta go to Japan, rock that room one time. They like that, and if they like what we do, then hey, I'm gonna go out there to Japan one of these days, man.
So yeah, man, I just say one last time, shout out to the fam in Japan. You know, shout out Megumi Killer, shout out Takashi, who ran the club, Yei Lai Zhang that I performed at. Shout out to him. Shout out to Marcaros. Shout out to Wind. Shout out to all the producers I met. Thank y'all for having me out there. And Alan, Al the Dev Dealer. I'm calling you Alan because you're my friend, but Al the
Yeah,
Dev
bro,
Dealer.
like you don't got it,
No,
bro. It's straight, bro.
thank,
Like
thank you for having me on the interview, man. Having me on your platform.
Man, bro, you ain't gotta do. It's an honor, nigga. Like we try, man. So anything that I can do to extend a gratitude for just the amount of exposure this just put me onto with doing these interviews with rapping, like what I mean. I was done with this shit for real, but like no lie. It was like this kind of gave me life to really want to get back in the booth just for the fuck of it, like just have fun again. Like, what I mean? I'm having fun again. Like I'm not. There's no pressure anymore. Like let's have fun. Fuck it. Like
There's no pressure. And my thing is not like you're doing it with strangers where don't nobody know nobody, and you don't have to like watch your back. It's like
yeah,
it's
like everybody fuck with each other. So like just make dope shit, bro. I promise.
it's comfortable. But yeah, Mac. Again, thank you for having me, man. Is there any other last minute questions?
Man, listen, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. This was extensive. You feel
Yeah.
me? And this is a good bibliography of all of the checkpoints. And I ain't gonna hold you. I don't got no questions, man. I mean, I know you, so I don't really have any questions. You know what I mean? I half of this shit, like, I know about, but for the sake of an interview, I was like, well, let my dog talk about it, because I figured this was an opportunity for, maybe people who know me who don't know you can know one of my closest friends, as well as somebody who, I've worked with for half of my music journey for real. And
Yes, man, it's been great knowing you for like past 12 years. Like it's a long time, man.
niggas sent
Well,
SoundCloud, nigga. I remember niggas reached out to SoundCloud, bro. Like,
SoundCloud, bro. Now look at us, dog.
yeah, bro.
You know
Niggas,
what I'm saying?
like, I gotta increase my output though, man. That's just, I mean, got to get back to it, and this definitely gave me that push to.
Good. I'm glad it gave you. I'm glad it inspired you, man. Because I'm glad this experience inspired a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you know what you gotta do, man, I'm here for you. You got my beats on lock in a folder somewhere.
Yeah, man.
You got.
Hey, man, I preview one of the single, man, on one of your joints, man. I was like, it'd be an honor, bro, when it's like niggas be at yo, Al, that shit sound fire. It's like, yo, my dog making this shit. Like, this ain't like I gotta, oh man, I bought this. Nah, that's my man who make that shit, bro. Like, God damn, bro. Like this was a crazy experience, bro. And it's dope because it's with my homies, it's with my brothers, and my brother made that happen. Salute Mystery Soccer, my sister. You know what I mean? Like all of us being on these tracks, like this, showing niggas like we are really like that, bro. We're really better than y'all, bro. And that's what makes that dope. Like
I don't gonna lie, I'll put our crew up against anybody, and we gonna win,
bro. Then and just in this market, bro. And this is pure rhymes, bro. Like it's just quality beats. Like you made a whole album. Like, come on, bro. Like
yeah. Like my thing is, I'll put my entire crew. I'm about to pull this up real quick. Yeah, I will put my entire crew right here. I'll put my entire crew. If there's, yeah, right there. I'll put my entire crew up against anybody.
Of all bars? Oh yeah, without question.
Bars and music.
Yeah,
I'll put my entire crew up against anybody. We gonna win.
This instrumentation is internationally tested at this point. We officially know we are that shit. There is no.
We are definitely those niggas.
It's an objective fact. We are those niggas now. We are. So any crew that comes stepping up, you gotta be able to rap, or you're gonna get blown out the fucking water. And the production gotta be A1, or you're gonna get blown out the fucking water.
Yeah, and if anyone wanna holler at me for a beat, DM me at Blacksmith Sundayz on Instagram, or hit me up on my Gmail, blacksmithsundayz@gmail.com. Do not either have your fucking money ready, or you better be a dope MC. Don't be coming whack on my beats.
If you fire, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Nigga,
if you fire, then maybe we could talk about it. But
you do business.
Yeah, but Other than that, have your fucking money ready.
Cause the tribe is fire. So it's like we just keep cooking this dope shit in the lab. Like all the ingredients grown in the backyard. Like this is a wholesale production right here.
For real. But nah, on the real, respect to everyone that want to hit me up for beats. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about
definitely hit dog up, man. Like he's definitely professional for real. Like especially with his acumen and his environment in the studio. He's about business. Like niggas kicking it cool, but he about business. Like we gonna get in here and record. Like you ain't gonna chill around for 3 hours talking shit. We can chill after we record these verses. Lay verses down.
And or when it comes to like anyone that want to buy a beat or something like that, just hit me up. We talk business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But be serious. Serious inquiries only. Let me put that out there. Serious inquiries only.
We're not doing trades for I'm gonna promote it, bro. I don't need your promotion, bro. We're I promise you, bro. We're fine.
We business over here. So serious inquiries only. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that tapped into my music. Alan, I appreciate you for putting me on your platform. You becoming a media tycoon yourself between podcasts, interviews, art, music. You becoming a whole damn media tycoon yourself, bro.
Man, so, nigga trying to do something, man. Trying to feed these kids, man.
Yeah, and I'm happy we can do this. We've come a long way, and we still got a long way to go.
No, that's a fact, bro. We just gotta keep pushing, bro, till we where we need to be, or we close to it.
Exactly. But, all right, bro. Well, I'm gonna let you go. And
yeah, I ain't gonna hold it. This about an hour and 36 minutes. It's definitely the longest interview. I'm putting the whole shit. I don't give a fuck either.
Do it. You gotta do it.
Well, the honor, bro, man, just to have you on, bro. Anytime, bro, and whatever you got next, bro. I'm promoting like that shit's mine. But if Otaku definitely about to get bumped, I'll be blasting that shit while I'm at work. I'm about to blast it now. So.
Hey. I appreciate that, man. And yeah, for everyone listening, Otaku. All right, my bad. Otaku out now on platforms. Peace to everyone who's tuning into it. Peace to everyone who's tuning into this interview. Peace to Japan. Peace to every country around the world that's fucking with us. And peace and nothing but peace and love. I love every one of y'all.
Peace.
Peace.